singing. With Baron Aldous, a story does begin. But from the darkness, the unseen of the day, our Baron welcomed them salvation for whom he prayed.
Welcome everyone, this is Crimson Blades, and today we're going to be checking out a game that I have been keeping my eye on, and we've showcased it before on the channel, Songs of Conquest. To those unfamiliar, this is a game that is reminiscent of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Classics, where you have an overworld hero that travels with his army and engages in the campaigns. Although this game has been out for a while, we're going to be checking out the newly released campaign called The Third Song, Together for Her, and this follows the barony of Loth. This would be released today if it's going up on Monday, and it's available for everyone, and I hope you guys will join me and enjoy this first look of Songs of Conquest, the third campaign. In the year 592 AA, Baron Aldous of Loth travelled his lands collecting the tithe he owed to the Stoutheart barony. Reaching the final part of his journey, a passage called the Trail of Oaths, he hoped not only to collect the final taxes needed, but also renew his oath to Aurelia. Baron Aldous of Loth had travelled to the southern point of his barony to collect the taxes owed from his remote villages and to claim a hefty sum of gold from the Barian house of Fairbrand, who had been leasing his lands in exchange for gold. To get people acquainted a little bit with the UI, you got your hero, which you'll be controlling walking around the map. They have stats that will actually pass on to his or her troops. Troop modifiers are all available for you. So it's actually quite intuitive because it gives you a lot of information upfront, equipment, skills, etc. You can see spells. Now spells in this game works a little bit different from some of the other games. Each unit has a essence associated with them. So as you can see when I'm pointing at the archers group here, and the essences in the bottom it says order. It means that every round this troop gets an action, they produce the order essence, and after you get a certain amount you may be able to cast spells of that nature. And so if you have troops that are of different essences, you can cast a whole mix or a host of different specific spells. It allows you to cater a little bit to the kind of playstyle that you want to go for. And finally, you can also point out your individual troops to see what their abilities are. You can also split the group if you just drag them across and split them. And finally, you can see your movements down here. Objectives are in the bottom left, telling you where to go. These are resources on the top right, and some of these are quality of life information that you can look for. For the most part, that's all you'll probably need to know. Holding Alt on your keyboard will highlight the land around you to make sure you don't miss anything interesting. Alright, so let's make our way. The Trail of Oaths. A well-maintained shrine of Aurelia was the first shrine along the Trail of Oaths. Many followers of Aurelia visited the shrine to renew their oath for years to come. Aldous approached the shrine and bent a knee. Oh Aurelia, how you would weep to see your empire now. Your most loyal servants of Loth are reduced to rent collectors, bowing to Stoutheart and leasing our ancient lands to these Barian merchants. But no more. When I collect the final installment from the Barians, we'll reclaim our land and be free of the debt to Stouthearts. Alright. Flooding. A bedraggled group of peasants were working on the road. Ho there, farmer! What are you working on that keeps you from the fields? Forgive us, Baron. We've been cursed with heavy rains and flooding. Much of the crop has been lost, and we are afraid the river will rise again and wash away the road. We must pray that the Empress Aurelia will intervene to stop the river, and in the meantime do what you can. Your initiative commands you. But why have you all armed yourselves? There have been many attacks by brigands lately, my lord. Baron, brigands? I will drive them from these parts, but I'll need your help to do it. Come with me and we'll care for the roads once these brigands are dealt with. Gladly, my lord. And if your turn, just click the end turn button. Everyone has this amount of movement. I like that the game gives you all the information you need. It explains, gold, resources, everything that happens, they'll explain it to you. Loyal farmer. Near the ruins of an old farmstead stood a farmer with his family. As he saw the Baron's forces approaching, he brought his boy with him to meet them on the road. Farmer. My Baron, you are a welcome sight in these troubled times. Here are the taxes owed for this year. My dear man, how is it possible you still have this? We were lucky and the brigands didn't find the chest I had buried. We hid in the nearby swamp as they burned it all. Please take it. No, my good fellow. I will not accept taxes from a family in need such as yours. Use this to rebuild. My forces should have prevented this from happening in the first place. Baron Aldous, I'm speechless. Keep your gold, farmer. Aurelia's blessings be upon you. Okay, extra movement for around. Blacksmith gave us a sharp sword, so let's have a look at that. So +5 offense, so this is all our troops' attack goes up. This is both range and melee. Pilgrim's Rest was a common place to stop for pilgrims traveling the Trail of Oaths, but now it had fallen into disrepair and many of the fields lay underwater. Baron Aldous, Aurelius' blessings be upon you. And upon you, I saw signs of brigands on the way. A burnt farmstead. Have they stolen your yearly tithe? Yes, my lord. Lately, many bands of brigands have been ravaging the roads and farmsteads. We will teach these brigands what the followers of Aurelia do to her enemies. We'll gladly join you. We should head to the Mason's Quarry and see if they still stand. There's a small garrison there. Alright, slowly starting to build an army. What's this? Okay, interesting. So you can place troops in your buildings. And you can sell places as well, but you don't need to do that. That's for desperation times. Let's fight the pack of wolves. I'll show you guys a little bit of combat as well. So there's like a tactics moment at the start, which shows you basically where you can set your characters, the ones in blue, and where the enemy is going to be. So stealthy, ignore zone of control, so you can run away from zone of control. That's not great. Alright, let's not attack it yet, because we want to see how the others fare with the damage first. Yeah, there you go. You don't want to attack a group when it has too many units in it, because they'll likely survive and do retaliate damage. Every unit can retaliate, at least all the units I've seen can retaliate minimum of once. Okay, XP. Let's go with some more command, more troops. Holding Alt also tells you if you've already been to certain places, so it's handy. I like the little touch of them putting my map around, telling me that I've occupied these places too. Aldous approached the old shrine of Aurelia and knelt. Aurelia, I ask for your strength and guidance in the battles to come. We can take these dreads, let's do it. A pack of dread emerged from the trees. Dread? Here? The wolves are bad enough. We must destroy them before they spread. Alright. You'll notice that this is the order that I was talking about. Spells. You can actually click this and cast it. Or you can just be patient and let it build up. And then you can cast stronger spells. +5 initiative. Initiative 15, initiative 15, initiative 14. So if I do this, I can quicken the archer. The archer should come up. Yeah, so the archer is actually going next. Okay, we lost the troop, but I think it's alright in the grand scheme. There we go. We only lost one guard, which is pretty good. Alright, +5 initiative and troop movement. Alright, let's go face the bandits. A large group of brigands were meeting with a cloaked figure outside the ruins of Mason's Quarry. Well, if it ain't the high and mighty Baron of Loth. Brigands, I'm here to collect the gold you've stolen from Pilgrim's Rest, and I swear by Aurelia's sorrow, you shall pay for the destruction of Mason's Quarry with your lives. Ha! It's not like we are walking around with heaps of gold down our trousers. Now leave before things get bloody. Alright. Oh, never mind. They are going earlier. He's strong. Alright, why don't we cast this on him? Okay, just in case. I didn't want to lose another troop. Perfect. Alright. I do love the art style that they have in the combat though. Let us go with some archery. I always think archery is strong in this sort of game, so... Barian, my good tenant. I'm here to collect your payment. The gold is sorely needed. My people are starving and I must pay the tithe to the Stouthearts. Baron, according to the lease, the barony of Loth must maintain the roads to and from the leasehold of Comfrey. As you are in breach of the contract, there will be no payment, and the land now defaults to the merchant house of Fairbrand. Come now, the damage to the roads was caused by recent flooding. They will be repaired when the water recedes. Then you should have stipulated those details in the lease before signing. Now that the Comfrey is part of the free cities of Baria, they will consider any acts of aggression as a proclamation of war. But this is the ancestral seat of the barony of Loth. We cannot accept this. I will not relinquish these holdings due to a trick in merchant contract. You should have read your contract. A contract will not strip me of what is owed. If we do not get the gold, then we are seizing Comfrey by force. Very well, I have received your declaration of war. I'll inform the House of Fairbrand. Prepare yourselves. +1 melee range, so that's what the blue border is. So you can actually hit outside is the range. You guys just stay defensive. You can fire. Okay, we're gonna up his defenses. Again, we're gonna bring him in, but we're not going to attack yet. We're just gonna let these guys wail on him. Yeah, there you go. Hail, my good fellows, how did this happen? Baron Aldous, we'd been gambling with the mercenaries at the tavern, and some nights ago we lost quite severely. I think we need the troops at this point, although XP is tempting. Let's go with the footmen for now. We never know, we're probably gonna come across bigger crowds. A group of hostile troops is guarding this bandit hideout. Refuse to attack. Yeah, of course. Let's do it. Let's hope our initiative is faster than the bandits so we can plan this a bit. It's a lot of them. Oh. Okay, at least we got... Oh, this is painful. Oh! If I move, I'll get an attack of opportunity, I think. Wow, that was a painful round. Hopefully you can recoup the losses from that one. I think this is a very solid starting choice. Cunning. First two battle rounds, all troops get this buff. Yeah, it looks really strong. Bandit hideout, another one might be too much for us. Let's just have a quick look and see. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna fight that yet. We need more troops. Here we go. In the trees, neglected and worn, they found the third ancient shrine of Aurelia. Aldous and his troops knelt in front of it. Leader stepped forward and pulled back her hood. Embertina. Baron Aldous, I too am a devoted follower of the great Empress Aurelia. My faithful and I often pray here, and I've prayed for a meeting of just this kind. A meeting with me? I'll gladly offer the little help I can, but I have many duties already. You misunderstand, my Baron. It is I that offer help. I belong to an order named the Unseen Society, and we would lend our strength to yours and rid this land of brigands and barians. While I would welcome your aid, I fear that I cannot pay you. We don't need gold. All we ask is for the freedom to pursue our research in your barony. We want to unearth the old structures of the Empire and try to learn how the Empress could rule with peace and prosperity. That is a noble goal. If you help us oust the Barians, I will gladly welcome your research into the past. Then we are allies. I will lend my own strength as a wielder to you if you would let me. Of course, I should have guessed you possessed power. Just one question. I have seen men like your followers in these band of brigands, and even slain some of them. Why is that? They've been preaching Aurelia's word and trying to convert them to our ways. We hoped those brutes could have been turned by words instead of violence. I see. You are very wise to seek a peaceful outcome. I am satisfied and eager to give these Barians a good beating. I will send word to my scholars, oath chanters and toxicologists to come to our aid. By Aurelia's glory, Loth shall rise in favor once more. Interesting. So we have a separate person here. Interesting. So it's order and arcana, order, arcana and destruction. So there's a lot of arcana spells. Psychic spear. Oh, this is painfully strong. That first one. What? Arcane Storm, my god, 35 damage. Wow, alright. So now we have two heroes. We can obviously split up the work a little bit. What's our mission? Defeat the Barians. Can you guys trade? Yeah, you can. Let's give her this. Something about her I don't completely trust though. My worry is, do these things vanish? No, they don't. Yeah, they can both do it. Can you check it out? What is this? Toxicologist. Ambertina, the plans proceeding? They were. We are now blessed with Baron Aldous' grace and we are free to roam within the barony. The first to join. The first of many. Let's keep doing this for now. You can actually start coming in. So let's look at the spells here. Deal 15 damage to enemy troop. How much health do these guys generally have? 11. So it's a 1 unit. You know what? We're gonna give him speed. So he can actually come in here. Wow, that's good. Okay. The toxicologist is strong, but the rest of them are struggling. Wow, it's actually kind of challenging though, some of these. Some wary rangers approach from the south. Baron Aldous of Loth, Paws Hollow lies to the south, and we would gladly welcome the Unseen Society and gather fighters needed to do battle with the Barians. Thank you. May Aurelia be with us now and forever. We will march to Paws Hollow. But what do you know of the Barians? They have captured Comfrey and establishing a base in the coast. We should expect them to eventually come through the mountain pass and take these lands as well. We'll be ready. The small village of Sunglade is almost entirely flooded. Old farmers stood by the smithies, feet deep in the mud. Greetings, we don't have much to offer, but we'll gladly help in any way we can. I heard you're fighting back against the Barians and Brigands. We are, by the grace of Aurelia. This will be a strong seat of power for Loth again. Together for her. I wonder if they'll just join me though. Let's have a look. Ambertine, while we were excavating, the undead soldiers arose. We found any way to sway their purpose? We have not. They guard their treasure, the treasure we uncovered. I shall investigate. Join me. Yes, Ambertina. Okay. Oh no. Sana's through it. Alright, we're gonna do a big war, I guess. Before the battle, the proud figure of Sana's Thruate approached Baron Aldous of Loth. Greetings, I am Sana's Thruate and have been contracted to secure these lands for the House of Fairbrand. My contract clearly states who to do battle with and who to let leave in peace. I'm sad to say that you are on the one I must do battle with. How can this war be just? A small clause in the contract about something you Barians know I would deal with. I must admit that I don't know what made this war possible, only that I am contracted to lead House of Fairbrand's forces and secure the land. Very well, prepare yourself, Barian. Buff everybody's defense. Quicken. Oh, that's not good at all. God. Alright. Yeah. Let's look at the initiatives. 27, 26. Yeah, these guys, their movements are way too fast. I can't do much about that. Let's give defense to this guy. You are gonna come down here. Yeah. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. You just reload. Yeah, there we go. Toxicologists. Spoils of war. Spiked boots. As the last Barian surrendered before the forces of the Baron Aldous of Loth, Sanas knelt and presented her standard as a sign of surrender. I yield. Our battalions will withdraw, and I place myself in your hands for ransom. I'm worth a fair share of gold for the right house. The house of Rosewater would be my advice. They are very wealthy. Good advice. We need food, gold, and materials. Would you be worth enough to feed the peasants here for a month? I would. Then I accept. The remainder of your battalion may leave in peace. Do you think they will send more troops to invade? I'm certain they won't let go of this prize so easily, but it will be hard for them to recruit wielders. I, for one, will take no contracts to wage war against your barony, since that would violate the mercenary code. Baron, with the wielder defeated, it's just mopping up here. I think you can handle that without me. I have urgent matters elsewhere. I can, Scholar Ambertina, and thank you. Our pleasure. I will send word to all members of the Unseen Society throughout the barony that you will act as our patron. Wonderful. I will do everything within my power to bring back the glory days of her empire. As will we. Together for her. Together for her. There we go. Victory. After Comfrey was retaken, the Unseen Society is welcomed into the barony of Loth and offered protection under its laws. But the unseen work had just begun. Together with Loth, they would bring back the glory days of old. So that was our first look at the new campaign for Songs of Conquest, Together for Her. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you again as always. Like and subscribe. Share this with anyone who's interested. I love checking out games like this, new indie games that are up on the rise. And look out for more daily content from the Crimson Blades. Thank you. Have a good day. Stay awesome.
You can count on my steel.